Despite playing horrible all season, we have actually played pretty well against our last two opponents, Arsenal and Newcastle. They're actually pretty decent teams. And we have played well because we are playing the right players in the right position. These last two games have shown us the talent in the team, the diamond in the roughs present in the team. And I don't even know how, but they have once again taken a very cold pick. And then this is such a good picture. And this shows the direction we need to do a rebuild in. Let's start with the youngest player, Kobbie Mainoo. Once again, he's 19 years old only in his debut season, and he's one of the most calm and composed player on the pitch. The goal that he took, right, it was oozing calmness. He picked out the bottom corner in front of the goal. And throughout the whole game, he kept possession, kept winning duels, kept winning the second balls. Menu is exactly who we need in our team at the 8 position in the box to box. He can defend, he can attack. If we keep him only as a 6, that's wasting him. If we only keep him as a 10, that's also kind of wasting him. He's best as a number 8. And we need a competent and young 6 besides him to unleash his potential. If you have liked my video so far, then I would really appreciate if you can click on the like and subscribe button below to be a part of the community and to be notified of future uploads. Now, like I was saying, Kobbie Mainoo needs a number 6 besides him because in the last 2 games we have seen how having a actual number 6 helps him out. He can cover for Kobbie's forward runs, or when there's a counter attack, Kobbie doesn't have to sprint back and forth throughout the whole game. And Amrabat is showing why we signed him. This is the World Cup Amrabat we wanted from the start of the season, right? Amrabat, if you remember, he made a crucial 1v3 save. At this point, when it's 1v3, Amrabat is the only guy covering for our defense. And he actually made a goal saving block at this moment. Otherwise, that's a clear goal from Isak, who's actually pretty much in form. Not only this, he was throughout the whole game, passing well, keeping the position well, putting in really good tackles. This shows we need a good young CDM in the summer because that not only helps Kobbie, that also helps Bruno. I don't know who we can buy because CDM are generally very, very expensive. But that's another position we really need in the summer. Next, moving on, Amad. Amad showed all of the reasons why he should be playing ahead of Antony. He is showing the reasons why he could be the key to the right wing position. His in-game intelligence is really high. He's calm under pressure, under press. He can dribble in tight spaces. He can pass and move the ball pretty well. He not only set up the assist for the main goal, he also had a cracking goal. That half volley goal that he scored, you can barely get any better connection on that half volley. Like that's one of the top goals on a half volley you can see. And throughout the whole game, he just keeps the position so well. He is an actual attacking threat on the right wing, unlike Antony. Antony does everything well, tracking back, keeping possession. What Antony doesn't do is be an attacking threat. Amad is doing all of those things and being an attacking threat. So Amad needs to play from now on. Antony cannot bench Amad anymore. And I really do hope that Erik Ten Hag keeps faith in Amad and keeps playing it. Now, Garnacho, despite not being on the score sheet, not getting an assist, not getting a goal, he was still pretty good. He was running down the flank. He was constantly winning second balls, which was huge for a game, right? We played so well because players were winning the second balls, and Garnacho was one of the reasons for it. And Garnacho wasn't selfish this game. When he needed to pass, he passed. When he needed to shoot, he shot. So his decision making was pretty good in this game, and this shows that he is learning, and he will improve with time. Garnacho has been one of the best attacking threats in his age group. So yes, he has to compete with Rashford. But given game time, he will keep improving. And the same goes for Hojlund. I've been talking video after video that Hojlund is a real talent. He is a real striker, and he showed it again. Hojlund has scored 15 goals at just 21 years old in a team which gives him no service. And he now has a better conversion rate than Erling Haaland. Like he barely does gets any service and yet he keeps scoring. So imagine if he can actually provide for Haaland, if he can actually play to his strengths, which are like crosses, through balls, but not being a target man. So these are the four players, Mainoo, Garnacho, Hojlund, Amad, built around these young talents, and we will find success in the near future. But it's not all about the young talents. We also had some senior pros playing pretty well. Casemiro is on his redemption arc. Casemiro made two goal-saving tackles this game. The first one was when Amrabat messed up and Gordon was through on goal, but he made this goal-saving challenge. If he was a second late, that's a penalty. I mean, it could still have been penalty because of Amrabat, but not because of the Casemiro tackle. Casemiro made the really good tackle, right? And soon after that, he also made a goal-saving header, like goal line clearance. Otherwise, that's a goal. Yes, after that, Casemiro got cooked by Gordon again and again, but at least he was an improvement from the Crystal Palace game and even from the Arsenal game. And talking about a penalty, I think, yes, that's a penalty on Gordon. That Amrabat did foul him, he did trip him up. But Sancho had this fall on him and it wasn't given. So let's just say we are even now with Newcastle. I do think that Casemiro moves on in the summer and we should be getting pretty good money for him. I am hoping we get around 40 million because that can help fund a young CDM for the team, Bruno Fernandes. In the two games that Bruno was injured and couldn't play, we weren't creating any chances. And the fact is, Bruno created more chances in 45 minutes in the first half than we did without him in the last two games. So that just shows that Bruno is the heartbeat of this team. That replacing Bruno is not an option for this summer. Bruno is what makes this team tick. Everything goes through him, every attack goes through him, and he is the reason why we play well. He is the reason why we can score goals. His vision, his passing, his shooting, and his willingness to not be selfish. Bruno is not only one of the best attacking players in the all of Europe, but he's also a good captain, according to me at least. He is trying to keep the standards up. And I think if we let him go into someone, that's going to be a huge mistake. So let's just hope that Bruno can carry this form into the FA Cup final because I actually want us to win the FA Cup final. Not only because we can qualify for Europe, but because of the revenge on City. And finally, let's talk about the departing players. Anthony Martial and Rafael Varane. Martial has been good for the club, right? He has a lot of goal involvements. It's just a shame that injuries and the constant changing of managers just derailed his career. I do think that if Martial could have stayed fit, or if we had a manager who stayed for more than 2 or 3 years, that Martial could have developed into one of the best strikers in Europe, in the world maybe. But it is what it is. I really do hope Martial the best, and I do think that wherever he goes, he would be a pretty good asset if he can stay fit. And moving on to Rafael Varane. Varane, despite only being here for 3 years, I think he has been the one of the best centre backs we have ever had. It's just my personal opinion that I really liked Varane. He really seemed that he cared for the club. He was a top professional. And once again, if it wasn't for the injuries, he probably could have had the best centre back pairing at the club since Vidic and Rio. If we could have had a fit Martinez and Varane this season, right, we could have had a lot more success. Like, how did we go from having clean sheet last season to having the most goals we have ever considered in 60 years? That just shows how massive Varane was for our team. Even this pick of Varane just sitting in an empty Old Trafford after everyone had left, he was just soaking in the atmosphere. That just makes me a little emotional. That he really cared for the club, that he liked the club. So I am a bit sad about how it's ending, but I do understand why. We need a more reliable, younger centre back who's available for more games. This summer is going to be really interesting because Martial leaving, we need a striker. Varane leaving, along with a few more centre backs. We gonna need a centre back. Casemiro leaving, we'll need a CDM. You know, maybe Bissaka is also leaving. So there's going to be a lot of gaps to fill. And I think that the free market is going to be huge for us. The last two games are Brighton and City. So let's talk about the Brighton one first. I'll do a mini preview that Brighton away going to be pretty difficult. Our away form is bad. And Brighton seems to be the team who's like the complete opposite of us. What we are bad in, they are good at. What they are good at, we are bad at. And let's just hope we don't end it on a loss. It's going to be a pretty difficult match, but given our form in the last two games, I hope we can get an result. Now, if you have watched my video so far, then I would really appreciate if you can click on the like and subscribe button below. And because I posted so late last time, that you might have missed my match reaction to the Arsenal game. So I've done the match analysis on it, and you can click right here to watch that video. I will see you all again after the next match, after the last match of the season. Thank you for watching my video. See you next time. Goodbye.